All right, my name is Billie Jo Lorius. I'm from Lemon, South Dakota. I live in Bismarck, North Dakota right now. My education path is I went to University of Mary for 1 year, then I went to Dickinson State University, got my degree in writing and English and a minor in journalism. And then I went to University of Mary to get my master's degree in management. And
Where do you currently work?
I currently work for the North Dakota National Guard. I'm the Deputy Public Information Officer for the state.
What do you do in your job?
My job is to come up with themes and messages as far as talking points for different things that we have going on within the Guard. Sometimes there's state emergencies like a flood. We do speeches for global war on terrorism. I need to start over with that question.
Okay, so what do you do in your job?
In my job, I am able to look into other people's jobs for a period of time, and I'm able to come up with themes and messages for the Guard and to show the public and our community what we do for the people within the state of North Dakota.
How many hours do you normally work?
I normally work 40 hours, but there's a lot of weekend stuff with the National Guard, and I also am the first sergeant for my unit, which is a public affairs detachment. So it's not really set hours, it's 40 hours-ish, but it varies depending on the day.
Do you take work home with you?
I do take work home with me because in my job it's not something that I can work on for a set period of time. We always have soldiers coming back. We have, sometimes at night at 11 o'clock they'll come home to meet their families, and we always want to be there to show our support.
How would you describe the pace at which you work?
The pace at which I work is vigorous, but I like that. I like to come to work and it be challenging. Every single day is different in what I do.
How long did you go to school?
I went to school for a total of 6 years.
And what were your favorite classes?
My favorite classes were nature writing, anything English related, Chaucer. I really like reading books and understanding people's psyche, so I really like psychology and English classes.
How has your education prepared you for your career?
My education prepared me for my career. Military-wise, I've been through a lot of training, so that prepared me for that side of it. But my degree in English and then also doing an internship at the Poynter Institute prepared me in my writing skills and coming up with messaging. But then actually getting into the job, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So, really that experience has brought me to where I am today.
Have you worked in other jobs like this?
I have. I started out at the Bismarck Tribune as a writer, and then I went on to Odney Advertising as a public relations specialist. Then I worked for the state. I've worked for the Guard off and on doing marketing for different special programs, and now I've been at this job for about a year doing public information.
What would be the starting wage for a job like yours?
Starting wage for something like what I do in North Dakota be about $30,000 to $35,000.
Why did you choose this career?
I chose this career because I really like to understand people and what makes them think, what makes them work, what makes them happy. And I think being able to look into other people's job for a certain period of time and understanding what motivates people and what makes them want to do their job, really I'm able to see everybody's perspective of the world. And then I'm able to better write and better able to communicate to the public what it is that the Guard does.
When did you choose this career, or when did you decide on this career?
I chose this career after I started in journalism and writing, and I realized that the pay wasn't exactly what I wanted. And that's my honest answer. But then when I got into this job and I realized, how news is made, how people market themselves, how people understand the world around them, that's kind of what made me decide to stay here and to continue and do my master's in management to hopefully someday be able to be the director of like a communications division or marketing department, something like that.
What goals do you have for yourself in your career?
My goal is to do the best that I can every single day and to somehow make a positive impact on at least one person's day.
What do you think it takes to be successful in this job?
What it takes to be successful. I think that the most important thing is a positive attitude. I think that when you walk into the door every day, make a pact with yourself that you're going to learn something new, either about your job or about yourself, and challenge yourself. And that way you'll always grow and never become stagnant.
Do you travel for your job?
I do. I travel a lot. Last summer I went to Africa for 2 weeks to do public information, to teach Ghanaians, which is our partnership country, to teach them about public information, public relations, and writing, and how to communicate with their people within their country in a more impactful way. I'm traveling for conferences. I'm going to Reno, Nevada soon. I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona at the end of the month to do public affairs manning and talk about every state has public affairs for their National Guard, and to talk about what manpower means for them. So I'm always traveling. I've been to almost all the 50 states and to quite a few other countries.
What do you find are the most difficult decisions to make?
The most difficult decisions are the ones that impact people. Not everything can be positive in your job, and it's always hard to make decisions that might not always be the most positive for everybody.
Do you work independently or on a team?
I work on a team, which is what makes my job so much fun. There's somebody in Fargo, then we have an editor, and we also have another public information person, and then our boss, of course. And it's really nice because we're able to bounce ideas off of each other and work together as far as time management. We're able to help each other with our workload or with new ideas, and something's always fresh that way.
Any advice you would give to somebody who's interested in public information?
The advice that I would give to somebody who's interested, right away I would say do an internship. I think school is a great thing and you can learn a lot there, but actually getting a hands-on experience is probably the best way to learn whether or not that's the right career path for you.